Even in the deepest night, hope finds a way to shine. I sit by my window and watch the soft light of morning spill over the quiet street. Today, the day feels like a small piece of a puzzle that may lead me to a new start. I remember words someone once told me, every end is a new beginning. These words come back to me now. My heart is heavy, yet I know that life can slowly mend even the deepest hurt. I wake up early each day with simple routines that help me keep track of my feelings. I turn off my alarm with slow care and sit for a few moments on my bed, feeling the quiet that fills the room. I think about my recent past and wonder how everything can feel so soft and yet so uncertain. Just a short time ago, I felt lost after a painful breakup. The days turned gray, and my heart was filled with doubts. But slowly, with the kindness of a caring friend, I have begun to see glimmers of light. My friend, Sarah, has been with me through these hard times. She is kind and gentle, and her words bring me comfort when my thoughts become too heavy. I first met Sarah a few years ago when I needed someone to talk to. We shared many simple days together, long walks in the park and warm cups of tea that reminded us that life still holds beauty even in simple acts. Today, the house is quiet except for the soft buzz of the old clock on the wall. I slowly rise and make my way to the kitchen. I fix myself a cup of tea with careful steps, each movement a reminder that I can build a new life day by day. The tea, warm and gentle on my tongue, calms me. I sit at the window and watch the birds flit between the trees in the yard. Their small chirps and easy flights make me think of freedom and change. I often write in my diary during these moments. I open a blank page and gently let my thoughts fall onto the paper. Today, I will try to smile a little more. I write. The words feel both fragile and real. I find peace in these simple acts. They remind me that while my heart was hurt, it is still capable of finding joy in small things. Later, I step outside for a walk along the quiet street. I watch the early morning routines of my neighbors, each person lost in their own world but connected by the shared breath of a new day. As I walk, I notice small acts of kindness, a neighbor smiling as they greet each other, a child laughing as they chase a bouncing ball. These moments make my thoughts shift from old sorrows to the beauty that still exists around me. I pass by the park where I and Sarah used to sit together on a stone bench and talk about our hopes and dreams. I remember the day after my breakup when I sat there alone, feeling as if the world was empty. The park was full of life even then. A gentle breeze moved the leaves on the old trees, and I could almost hear nature whispering that time would heal my wounds. I close my eyes and listen to the quiet rustle of the trees. I feel that nature has its own way of reminding me that life continues to bloom, even after winter. I come home slowly and prepare a simple breakfast. I choose plain toast and a piece of fruit, nourishing my body as well as my spirit. As I eat, I recall a time not long ago when meals felt like a burden. Now, even a small bite feels like a step towards recovery. The simple joy of eating and the care I now put into each meal speak to a healing process that is both tender and real. In the quiet hours of the afternoon, I meet Sarah at a small coffee shop down the street. The shop has big windows that let in soft, natural light. The inside is filled with the aroma of roasted coffee and gentle music playing quietly in the background. I remember how Sarah often listens to my worries with a caring heart and gentle words. Today, She sees the tired look in my eyes and smiles, a warm smile that says she is here for me no matter what. We sit across from each other, and I tell her about my feelings, about the days that seem both long and short. I share my fears of doubt and the worry that the pain might return. Sarah listens carefully and then speaks in her soft voice. It is okay to feel this way, she tells me. Each day, we must take one step and honor our own truth. With every small act of care, your heart is mending. Her words sink into me like gentle rain on thirsty soil. I feel the weight on my chest lessen ever so slightly. After our conversation, I walk home with a new thought in my mind. Every small moment counts. I decide to leave a little note for myself on the mirror, a reminder that each day is a chance to rebuild the parts of me that were once broken. I write in plain letters, I am enough. I can grow, step by small step. It is a simple phrase, but it fills me with a quiet hope. That night, I sit by my desk and continue writing in my diary. I write about the gentle start of the day, the kind words of Sarah, and the soft light of the morning that now seems full of promise. I let my thoughts flow slowly onto the paper, writing down memories and worries. Each sentence is a careful stitch in the fabric of my healing. I write about the time I cried alone and the moment when a stranger smiled at me on the bus, a small reminder of kindness. I write about how even in the silence of a long day, I found traces of beauty that helped me believe in a new beginning. I recall a moment from weeks ago when I sat by the river near my home. The river was calm, and its slow, steady flow reminded me of my own journey. I threw a pebble into the water and watched the ripples spread out in soft circles. That simple act made me feel that even my small choices might send gentle waves through my life. I was not alone in my pain. Nature was there with me in its own quiet way. Sarah and I often take long walks together in the park on days when my mood feels heavy. On these walks, I learn to talk about my feelings without fear. I learn that it is okay to share even the softest whisper of sadness. One day, as the sky turned a light shade of gray, I admitted to Sarah that I was still afraid. I was afraid that the hurt of my past might one day shadow all the beauty I see now. She took my hand and said, "The sun is always behind the clouds, waiting to shine again. We must trust that day by day, we will see the light." Her words are like a soft lullaby in my heart. In the weeks that follow, I try to find joy in everyday events. I start to see that even mundane tasks like sweeping the floor or watering the plants can be acts of love towards myself. I often remind myself that every little act of care is a step toward making my life whole again. I arrange fresh flowers in a vase on my table, and I watch them brighten the room with their simple beauty. I try to see the world in a new light, a world where every moment holds a potential for healing and new joy. There are days when I feel like I can barely lift my eyes from the weight of old memories, when the hurt from the breakup seems to darken even a bright morning. On those days, I make a special effort to call Sarah. She never hesitates to listen. Her voice through the phone is calm and caring. We talk about small things, the taste of my tea, the softness of a stray cat that wanders near my house, and the quiet hum of the evening breeze. Each conversation with her feels like a gentle reminder that I am not alone, and that I can find a path through my sadness. I also begin to explore new hobbies. I take up sketching with simple pencils and paper. I try to capture the soft curves of a tree or the gentle arch of a smile. The act of drawing calms my thoughts. I spend quiet hours in my little corner by the window, sketching the scene outside. I learn that I do not have to speak in many words to share what is in my heart. A simple drawing can tell a story of pain, hope, and the slow return of light. One particularly clear afternoon, I sat in the park with my sketchbook. The sun was warm, and the breeze was tender. I began to draw the old oak tree that has stood in the park for many years. As I sketched, I felt the memories of my past slowly merge with the present. I thought of the painful breakup and how it left me feeling broken. But as my pencil moved over the paper, I realized that each line I drew was part of my story. They showed the hurt, the healing, and the hope that I was slowly building again. Sarah sometimes joins me on these quiet afternoons. We sit on a park bench, often together in silence, and share a look that speaks of deep understanding. Sometimes, she tells me a short story of her own, a simple tale of a time when she had lost her way but found light in a small act of kindness. Her stories remind me that no pain lasts forever, and that there is beauty in every new day. There are moments when I watch the world around me with a gentle awe. I see children playing, lovers strolling hand in hand, and old friends laughing together. All these small scenes of daily life bring a sense of calm that I once thought was lost. I start to see beauty even in my old scars. They are a proof of the battles I have fought and the lessons I have learned. Each scar, though painful, tells a story of survival, of a deep courage that rises after every fall. At home, in the evening, I have my own little ritual. I light a small candle and place it on my desk before I sit down to write my thoughts for the day. The candle's light is soft, almost like a whisper, and it helps me remember that even the smallest light can push away the dark. I often write a single sentence in my diary that encapsulates the day's feeling. It might be as simple as today, I found a smile in the rain. These words are a quiet promise to myself that tomorrow holds its own magic. Slowly, I begin to notice a change within me. I start to see that my days are not defined solely by the pain I once felt. The simple acts of kindness, the quiet observations, and the gentle support of dear friends like Sarah make me feel that I am gradually healing. I am learning to live with my past without letting it rule my future. The steps are small, but they are real. One day, the memories will be like shadows, present but soft and far away. I recall another time when I stood by my window at night, feeling the cool breeze that spoke of far-off places. It was then that I realized that the night was also a part of the beauty of life. I learned that the dark hours held lessons of their own, a time to rest, to reflect, and to dream. I understood that sometimes it is important to feel the pain so that you can fully appreciate the moments of light when they come. Every tear and every smile add up to the story of who I am. The journey of healing is not a straight road. There are days when old doubts visit, reminding me of the pain that once filled my heart. On these days, I look at the mirror and remind myself of the strength I have shown in every step I have taken. I tell myself quietly, I am stronger today than I was yesterday. It is a small phrase, but it carries the weight of my will to keep moving forward. One rainy afternoon, I decide to visit an old bookstore in town. I have always loved books, and I know that within their pages there is a soft kind of wisdom. The smell of old paper and the quiet rustle of pages turn the store into a haven of calm. I spend hours browsing the shelves, finding words that seem to speak directly to my heart. There is comfort in knowing that others have walked through pain and have written about it with honesty and hope. I buy a small book of poems and tuck it under my arm. I know that sometimes words can become a friend who listens without judgment. In the quiet of the evening, I sit on my small balcony with the book and let the sound of the rain soothe my thoughts. I read slowly, each word taking me on a journey within. The poems speak of love lost and love found, of hope rising slowly like a gentle dawn. It feels as though each verse is a small hand reaching out to me, telling me that healing is possible. Even as the rain pours softly, my heart begins to feel a little less heavy. Over time, I learn that I can set gentle boundaries that help me protect the new peace I am building. I decide to spend more time with those who lift my spirit, like Sarah, and less time with memories that bring me sorrow. I set aside moments in my day solely for myself, to listen to my thoughts, to breathe deeply, and to let go of those feelings that no longer serve me. I understand that taking care of my heart is as important as any daily task. It is in these moments that I build a quiet strength, one that I carry with me even on difficult days. There is one day that stands out in my mind as a turning point. I had been feeling particularly low, and I spent the morning listening to soft music by the window, watching the slow passing of dark clouds overhead. I did not feel like talking or even moving much. But then, unexpectedly, I received a call from Sarah. She said, "I am coming over today. I want to spend some time with you." Her voice was full of warmth and care. I felt a small spark of hope flicker in my heart. In her presence, the room filled with a calm energy. We talked about many things, small dreams, simple joys, and even our shared fears. I realized that sometimes, it is the quiet company of a caring friend that lights up even the darkest day. That day, Sarah stayed with me in silence as well as in words. She helped me clean a bit of the old clutter in my room. We sorted through books, old photographs, and little reminders of the past. As we worked slowly, I began to see that memories, even painful ones, have a place in my life. They are reminders of who I was, and more importantly, they point me toward who I can become. Sarah said softly, "Your past is part of your story, but it does not define your whole future." I nodded, feeling the truth of her words settle in my heart. In the weeks that followed, I grew more comfortable with who I was. I made a habit of taking evening walks when the streets were quiet. The cool air helped me clear my mind, and each step felt like a small reclaiming of the part of me that had been hidden away. Sometimes, I would pause and look up at the stars, twinkling like tiny promises in the dark sky, and I would feel that my own light was slowly coming back. I began to notice the beauty in everyday interactions that I once overlooked. A kind word from a stranger at the grocery store, a smile from a neighbor, or even the soft rustling of leaves outside my window became small symbols of hope and new beginnings. I learned to appreciate the steady rhythm of life, where small acts of care and moments of quiet reflection slowly rebuild my strength. One clear, crisp morning, I decided to take a walk by the river again. The water moved slowly, shimmering under the gentle light of the sun. I stood there for a long time, feeling the cool air on my face. I thought about the journey I had been on, the hurt, the doubts, and now the beginnings of trust in my own strength. I whispered softly to myself, I have learned that every drop of rain, every gentle breeze, and every warm smile is a reminder that I can start over. In that simple moment, I felt a deep connection to the world around me. The seasons change slowly, and as the days move on, I find that I too am changing. I am learning to let go of the past without forgetting it. I acknowledge that my broken heart is a part of me, but it is not the whole of me. I feel that each morning brings a small promise of renewal. Even if I wake up with a trace of sadness, I know that I can find comfort in the simple acts of care that I give to myself and receive from those who care for me. I start to write again, this time, not just in my diary, but also on loose sheets of paper that I keep in a small box. I write down feelings, thoughts, and little dreams of the future. One day, I see a future where the pain is only a small part of the story, and where the moments of calm and simple happiness shine bright. I am not in a rush to forget the past. Instead, I weave it into my story as a reminder of how far I have come. There are moments when I feel a pang of loneliness. In those times, I remind myself that healing is not a straight road and that every small setback is part of the journey. I call Sarah or sometimes just sit by my window to feel the day slowly begin anew. I remember that in my heart, there is still room for trust and love. I begin to believe that if I take care of myself, the world will return that care in small, gentle gestures. Late at night, when I sit alone with a cup of warm chamomile tea, I reflect on all that has happened. I see the long road I have walked from the time of my breakup to now. A road that is not always smooth but is full of learning. I think of Sarah's caring words and the quiet moments of strength I had discovered within myself. I write, in the quiet of the night, I find that every hurt has its own lesson, and every gentle act of care builds the bridge to a brighter morning. These words, simple and clear, remind me that even in the shadows of doubt, hope is always present. I also begin to build new routines. I plan small trips to nearby parks and museums. I choose to sit on a bench in a garden, watch the petals of the flowers fall, and listen to the soft song of the wind. I embrace a slow pace in life, one that values every breath, every word, and every memory that makes me who I am. I learn that life is not about forgetting the pain, but about transforming it into a quiet strength that carries me forward. My healing journey does not erase the loss I once felt, but it teaches me that I am capable of rebuilding my life. Every day, I greet the world with a cautious smile. I allow myself to feel and to grieve, and yet I also choose to celebrate the small victories. A kind word from a friend, a day with less sorrow, a moment of unexpected joy. One day, as the clouds part to reveal a gentle blue sky, I decide to write a longer letter to myself. I sit down with a piece of paper and pen my thoughts with care. I remind myself that the past has shaped me, but it does not hold me captive. I write, I have seen my heart shatter and I have seen it mend. I am a work in progress, growing day by day with every small kindness I give and receive. The act of writing this letter is a declaration of hope, a quiet promise that I will continue to work on healing, piece by precious piece. Over the following months, I begin to feel a growing sense of peace. I learned to dance in the gentle rain, to sing softly with the wind, and to cherish even the quiet, unspoken moments that make life meaningful. I find that true healing comes from within, through the small steps of self-forgiveness, self-care, and the bravery to love again. My story is no longer just one of loss. It is now a tapestry woven with moments of joy, pain, and deep understanding. Now, as I sit here and reflect on all these days, my heart feels lighter. I know that the journey is not over. Some nights will bring old memories and old wounds, but I also know that each day holds the possibility of a new beginning. I have learned to see beauty in small acts, a shared laugh with a friend, a quiet walk at dusk, or the simple pleasure of a warm cup of tea. I understand that healing is gentle. It is like a soft song that plays in the background of life, a song of resilience and quiet joy. I hold on to that thought and try to live each day with care, with kindness toward myself, and with the belief that even the darkest paths lead to light. My dear friend Sarah continues to be by my side. She is a constant reminder that I am not alone on this path. Through her care, I have learned that every moment of solitude can be filled with the soft light of understanding. Together, we share new dreams and quietly acknowledge the past. In her words, "You are more than what happened to you. You are a brave soul, and your heart has the strength to keep loving." These words have become a mantra for me, a warm reminder that even when doubt clouds my mind, there is a light inside that can never truly be dimmed. As I close my diary tonight, I feel a gentle hope that grows slowly but surely. I whisper to myself, tomorrow, I will take one more step, and I will remember that even small steps can lead me out of the shadow of doubt. In these quiet reflections, I find a sense of peace that tells me I am on the right path. I lie down and close my eyes, thinking back on all the gentle days that have filled my life. I picture the warm mornings, the shared moments with a dear friend, and the peaceful silence that now holds a promise of tomorrow. I let the soft rhythm of my breathing lull me into a calm sleep, trusting that even in dreams, my heart is learning how to mend. In the stillness of that night, I know that each day, no matter how small or quiet, is a gentle step forward. I understand that rebuilding my confidence after heartbreak is not a sudden miracle but a slow dance with time, with support from those who care, and with the simple acts of daily living. I have learned that every gentle act matters and that every moment holds a chance to be kind to others and to myself. I drift off to sleep with the thought that my journey is still unfolding, like the soft pages of a well-loved book that I read again and again. I am ready for tomorrow, for the small joys that it will bring, and for the quiet hope that I carry in my heart. Now, I look forward with gentle hope. I know that the road ahead may have bumps, and my heart may still tremble at times, but I also know that love, care, and patience can rebuild what was once shattered. I welcome each morning with gratitude, a gratitude for the kindness of friends, for the beauty of a quiet day, and for the healing power of simple moments. I will keep writing my story, step by small step. I will keep walking through the gentle light of each new day, remembering that even when doubt casts a long shadow, my inner strength and the caring words of those who love me can bring back the light. This is my gentle journey, a soft, enduring path through the shadow of doubt. And even as the days pass, I find comfort in the knowledge that every breath, every moment of care, and every quiet act of kindness is a sign that my heart, though once broken, is slowly becoming whole again. I sleep now with the thought echoing in my mind, hope is the quiet song that sings even when the night is deep. It is a promise that tomorrow will bring new light, and in that light, I will continue to grow and heal, one gentle day at a time. In this quiet life of mine, I have discovered that healing is not about forgetting the past. It is about learning to live with the memories while opening my heart to new beginnings. Each day, each soft moment, and each caring word are the threads that weave a new tapestry of hope in my life. And as I walk slowly forward, I embrace the idea that the path to healing is a gentle journey that never truly ends, but grows with every kind gesture, every whispered dream, and every tender smile that the day brings. I feel grateful for the caring friend who helped me see that even the deepest sorrow can be softened by small acts of love. I learned that sometimes it is in the quiet moments, like watching the sunrise, listening to a whispered word, or sharing a cup of tea, that we find the true meaning of hope. So as I turn the page to another day, I carry with me the lessons of my past, the gentle encouragement of a friend, and the belief that life, in all its simple beauty, can lead me to a future filled with quiet strength and soft light. I am on a gentle journey. I live day by day, with open eyes, a tender heart, and a quiet belief in the healing power of care. And with every moment that passes, I am a little more whole, a little more at peace, and a little more ready to embrace the new light that tomorrow may bring.